Next one, we have Mollie Hobensack from the doctoral program in nursing, and will present incorporating social risk factors extracted using natural language processing into predictive models to prevent hospitalization in home healthcare.
Prior to starting my PhD, I had the opportunity to work as a nurse during the COVID-19 pandemic. And during this time, one of my favorite parts was getting to celebrate with the patients as they were leaving the hospital and returning home. Sometimes patients are still in need of some extra medical services during this time, so they're established into home care. Home care provides services such as therapy, nursing, and social work services within the patient's home. Unfortunately, about 1 in 5 patients who receive home care are hospitalized. So there's been a lot of research around how can we reduce this number. And one way is the development of predictive models that use patient record data and try to analyze which patients will be at high risk for hospitalization. Alongside this literature, we see that social determinants are one of the key factors that influence health outcomes, such as hospitalization. So social determinants are the conditions in which individuals live, such as access to care, education, economic stability, social context, and to name a few. My dissertation focuses on how can we leverage this information that is richly collected by nurses as they go into a patient's home and observe all these social factors that are influencing a patient's day-to-day life. I'll do this by examining the narrative nodes using natural language processing. And to jump into an example to further explain why this is important, I'd like to introduce you to Ms. Scott. So Ms. Scott recently had a fall, which is one of the leading causes for hospitalization in home care. When I asked Ms. Scott what had happened, she said that while she was going to the bathroom, her walker didn't fit through the door, so when she fell, nothing was there to support her. She then goes on to say that her partner is unable to assist her because he's working full-time to pay off their bills, and that her kids live out of state, so oftentimes she's home alone most days. So like I was saying before, my project looks at using natural language processing to extract the narrative text from these notes written by clinicians and input them into predictive models. We'll then take all that information and try and identify which patients are at risk. So for example, Ms. Scott would be identified as high risk because of all the social determinants playing into her healthcare. Then the nurse can be identified and she can give the patient a cane, so that way she can move through the bathroom more easily and would be able to fit through the doorway. This project aims at trying to create more equitable and accurate risk models to identify these patients early on. Because as a nurse, my goal, if I see my patient again, it'll be in the community thriving, not back at the bedside.